welcome to the Dad and Joe Show. I'm the Dad.
I'm the Joe.
And this is the show where we encourage fathers and sons to talk about important life issues to keep us awake and sober. This week, we are doing part 3 of a 3-part series. We started with vision, then we went to priorities, and this week we're going to talk about routine. Do you remember could you summarize what we talked about vision or the importance of vision?
Just keeping a goal in mind and just always striving to work towards that goal. What was the scripture for that one?
It's in Proverbs. It
Proverbs.
says, without vision or without prophetic vision, people cast off restraint. So that vision, we talked about how vision keeps you on a narrow path and keeps you toward the goals that you're setting.
Gotcha.
And then last week, we talked about, or the last episode, we talked about priorities. Can you summarize what we chatted about then?
Priorities. I think the goal was along the same line as vision. You know, as your priorities, you make a list, obviously, and you set each priority and you make sure to do the one with the highest value.
So how should we not make our decisions?
Based on our feelings.
Based on our feelings. So we're trying to make choices and recognize what our priorities are. So last week, you and I prayed together before school each week. And I just thought, I want to pray with my son. It's important to me, but I'm not making it a priority. So I just thought last week I went, okay, I'm going to actually call Joe every day and we're just going to say a short prayer on the way to school. So that's because I realized that I said that prayer was important and having some prayer time with you was important to me, but I wasn't prioritizing it. So I had a priority, or I had something that I thought was important to me, but I wasn't acting on it more. So today we're going to talk about routine. And what routine is all about is to be able to have a schedule or something that's expected, habits, if you want to say that, habits that are built into your day, into your week, that that prioritize things right so that you can hit your goals.
Okay.
So we want to talk a little bit about routine. So our goal then today is just to build into our schedules practices that help us to reach our goals. So I like to suggest that we each have 3 routines. I take this, there's a number of really good books out there. Michael Hyatt has some really good books around this. And so some of this I'm picking up from other books that I've read. But having a morning routine, having an evening routine, and then having a day routine or like a week, month routine.
Like specific things that you do during the day, always.
So let's do morning routine. This would be from the moment that you get up until let's say you get to school. Or maybe weekends can be different because maybe you'll sleep in, maybe you won't have the same routine. Evening routine would be everything that you do before you go to bed. And then a week routine would be Mom and I have been going to a small group at church on Tuesday nights. So we would build that into our week's routine. We plan on going to that. Okay. So let's just talk through that a little bit and just what might be some things that you would want to put into a morning routine, what you want to put into an evening routine, and then what would go into a week routine. And I think if we can start there, and I'm doing this too, Mom and I are doing this too.
Yeah.
Because we have things that we do. It's really easy to just kind of take things as they come. Like when I grew up, every Saturday was cleaning day. And that's just the way my mom and dad had it. And so Saturday mornings, we did our laundry, we made our beds, we did vacuuming, and my mom was super, my mom, she was super routine oriented. So when Mom and I got married, that was not the way she would clean the house. For her, she didn't like having things on weekends. She wanted to do it during the week. And she would just do it as it comes. So if she saw that there was enough for a load of laundry, she just would go do a load of laundry. So it was different for me because I grew up in a lot of routine, Mom in less routine. And so we've had to try to make that work a little bit and use some of the strengths of being more spontaneous and me using some of my strengths of having things a little bit more scheduled.
Yeah.
So we're working on this still, even though we've been married 27 years. We're still working on stuff like that. So let's talk about routines. What kind of things would you like to build into your morning routine?
Stretching.
Okay.
For stretching for sure.
Stretching.
Yeah. Um,
Do you think that you can get up early enough and have enough margin or time in your morning to make that happen?
yeah, I just take too long of a shower. The hot water feels so good in the morning. Feels so good. You don't understand. Uh, actually, you probably wouldn't understand.
Joe is the king of long showers.
Yeah.
The king.
Yeah, probably stretching and then knowing how long my showers are.
Okay.
Normally I don't like going on my phone in the morning, but since I need to keep track of time, like while I'm in the shower, I like bring my phone down because like,
You know, we have a timer that you could probably just set in the bathroom if you wanted to keep your phone off.
that's probably good. I'll probably do that.
Okay,
then.
we could do that. Have that upstairs.
Just have just a clock so I can know what time. Like look
Okay.
out the window and be like, oh,
So how many minutes do you want to stretch?
10.
So how long do you think you could build into your routine for a shower? Because you like long showers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what's a reasonable amount of time?
10 minutes. I think 10 minutes would be good. Probably even less. Probably like eight or something like
Oh,
that.
maybe just give yourself 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And if it comes up shorter, it comes up shorter.
For sure.
So what you started to do right there is you're saying, okay, stretching is more important to me than a long hot shower. So you took time away from your hot shower. So that's prioritization that you're already starting to do a
Yeah.
little bit. So we got to take a hot shower, want to do some stretching. Anything else that you'd like to build into your morning all the way up to the time when you're at school?
Probably just read a passage. Do my soap.
Okay.
Definitely. Just do that at home, not in the car.
So SOAP is a Bible reading program that we have at our church. It stands for Scripture, Observe, Apply, and Pray. That's what it stands for. It's a pretty popular acronym that people use to get into the Word.
Yeah.
So do you want to do that in the car?
No.
You want to do that here?
Yeah,
at
I
home?
want to do that at home. I feel like it'd be better for me
All right.
to do it at home and not in the car. The car, I kind of just like zone out, don't do anything, drive to school. Now, there's a pretty good view on the way to school, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
All right. You want to eat?
Yeah, for
Take your
sure.
vitamins.
For sure. Take my vitamins, eat a good breakfast,
Yep.
big breakfast. Yeah.
Okay. And then we're gonna keep praying together. I
For
just
sure.
decide I'm just gonna give you a call on the way.
Yeah, that's
So-
what we're doing. That's what I'll do in the car.
Okay. So that's an example of a morning routine. We want to encourage you to talk about a morning routine that works for you. And then it's just a matter of backing that up. So if you figure out, when you get up, you need to obey your alarm when it goes off the first time, keep your shower to wherever it is. You can do your stretching. If you want to do some Bible reading, just going to figure that all out so that by the time that, it's time to go,
I have some time to spare.
you got some
and
time to spare.
I can like chill, not rush out
Yeah.
of the house like I always do.
And you don't like to rush anyway, right?
No, yeah, right.
You like to chill. Joe, you're the king of hot showers and the king of chill. All right, let's talk about evening routine.
What specifically about it? Like just how, like right after school or
Yeah.
whenever I get home from being out?
Whenever
Like-
you get home from being out.
Okay.
So that would include things like homework.
Okay.
It could include stretching, shower,
Mhm.
downtime.
Okay. I would say evening routine probably right when I get out of right when I get out of school, because I would.
You would have sports, so that's built in.
Okay.
Like from the time that you're done with sports, you can actually come home, you eat your food,
So if I don't have sports, then I'm going to Lifetime.
Okay.
And I'm going to.
which is a club,
health
club.
club.
Yep.
Gonna go shoot some hoops. Then I'm gonna lift. Then I'm gonna come home, eat, make my shake, and then do homework.
Okay, so after homework,
Chill.
okay, obviously you're gonna brush your teeth, all that stuff in your evening routine.
Yeah, I'll probably shower at Lifetime if I don't have practice. If I have practice, then I'll come home.
So do you want to build any Bible time in before you go to bed, or any kind of reading or anything that kind of puts you in a good place in your head? Listen to music before you go to sleep, anything like that?
No,
that you
I don't
build
want to
in?
go on my phone 45 minutes before I go to bed.
All right.
And then I feel like this is evening. I mean,
Yeah. It is. It's kind of evening routine. It's before bed routine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. We're modifying it a little bit. We're just saying, if you have a vision, and so these are the 5 things that you stated, right?
spiritual, school, sports, mental, and family.
So some of this, you're saying I want to have my Bible time in the morning, so you're prioritizing some of the spiritual stuff. The school, that's really some routines. That's more getting your homework done,
For sure.
stuff that you're doing during the week or when you're actually at school that you're using an open hour or you're using a study hour to get your work done. So that's happening more during that. But sports, physical, you're talking about either participating in athletics or going to the club. But that mental and emotional piece, that's just some time in the morning to reflect. I think you've told me on the way to school,
Yeah.
just having that time to reflect.
Just chilling.
And this family and friends bit, that's a little bit more of how you build that in maybe to your week.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a week's routine. What do you have going on right now that's happening? So Mondays,
Mondays.
nothing right now.
I mean,
We will have basketball.
I got
coming up.
captains tomorrow.
Okay.
For basketball, and then nothing really Mondays. Tuesdays I have my meeting,
Yep.
and then Wednesdays I have youth group,
Okay.
and then Thursdays normally I would like to go if I have time go to the worship, the Devo set, at every
Oh,
day,
I didn't know that.
and then Friday nothing. I don't really have
And Friday,
anything.
Saturdays.
Yeah, Friday,
That's friends and
Saturday.
family
That's
time.
friends and family
All
time.
right. And then Sunday, you
Church in the
friend
morning.
and friends and family and
Yeah, church in the morning.
chill.
Chill.
okay. Awesome. And we're gonna write this stuff down. We're gonna get it up and try to remind us from that. There's a few things that I want to do. I feel as though just going through some of the surgery that I've had lately, I've had to watch my mindsets. It's easy to start spiraling downward. If what was that?
That was a
Little bit.
no. There was like something in the air. I was trying to get it.
So I'm going to start memorizing some scripture. I just feel like I need to get some of that stuff in my head. So I actually have a piece of paper I'm going to copy and stick on my mirror. So a part of my morning routine when I shave and my evening routine is to look on the mirror and to go over some of those things in my head to memorize some of that stuff.
That's cool.
And just to remind me of the truth of scripture that is going to help me just stay more stable in my mindset, especially when I have stuff going on in my life that it's easy to start believing lies, get
Yeah.
discouraged, that kind of a thing.
That's good.
So I'm going to try to build some of that stuff into my routine too. What I'm wanting to read, what I'm wanting to learn, how I'm wanting to grow, and so that I can have good mental and emotional health for you, my son.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
Let's look at one scripture. It's Daniel 6:10. Could you read it for us?
Daniel 6:10.
Yes, sir.
But when Daniel learned that the law had been signed, he went home and knelt down as usual in his upstairs room, with its windows open towards Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he had always done, giving thanks to his God. You want me to keep going?
No, that's good. So you know the story of Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
So this is when they make a decree that anybody who prays to anyone else is going to get thrown into a den of lions.
Mhm.
So Daniel, even though he was up against death, he says, this has been my routine. I'm sticking to it.
That's good.
And there's all kinds of, in the book of Acts 17, Paul's custom was to go into the synagogue and to reason and to talk about scripture. And so he did that on a regular basis. In the Old Testament and in the New Testament, you see festivals, Sabbaths. I mean, the Sabbath is a built-in routine that God built right into creation. On the
Yep.
seventh day, he's saying, I want you to rest. I want you to build this into your life because 6 days you should work, and the seventh I'm going to set apart for you to chill, to rest, and to regain some strength. So routine is it's a very biblical thing. It's a very godly thing. And it's something that I feel as though in my own life with us moving and just everything that's gone on the last couple years, I just feel like life is constantly happening to us instead of me deciding, no, these are going to be some of the routines that I need. These are the goals that I have. And these are priorities. And I want to make sure that if I say prayer is a priority or family is a priority, that my schedule and my time actually shows that it is.
That's good.
Otherwise, you can say, hey, my health is important, but if you never get to the club,
Yeah.
it's really not important, even
Yeah.
though in our heads we say that it's important. So what do you think, last question, what do you think routines has to do with being awake and sober?
Ooh. What's that one Bible? I don't know what it is. What's that one Bible verse that says, well, it's not a Bible verse, but like boredom is the devil's playground. It's not a Bible verse at all. But like
It's a statement.
it's a statement. But like I thought there was something, there's a specific verse that applied to it, that was applicable to it. But anyways, all we would say in Teen Challenge is that boredom is the devil's playground, at least a bunch of staff. And it's so true. You
Mhm.
know, if you don't have anything to do throughout the day and you don't have something to look forward to, I think that's the main reason why it's so hard to get out of bed. If I don't have anything to look forward to, you know, I feel like I've just been like going through the motions, just like waking up and then going to school and then like honestly all I look forward to is going to bed. Like like and that's why I stay in my bed so long. That's why I sleep past my alarm, everything like that. So just having something to look forward to and keep your mind active as you're doing that and throughout chill times, you know, like actually chill. You know,
Mm.
like scrolling through your phone, okay, that's fine. You know, like as long as you're chill, you're not like constantly trying to figure out what your friends are doing tonight or what everybody else is doing, but like focus on yourself. Like watch some reels, watch some funny reels, watch a Netflix show, play some video games, whatever that is, you know. And I really think having a routine just fits perfectly with being sober. Um, because if you have a routine and you're stuck to it with the right priorities, you're not gonna want to go out and party. You know, if you have a routine to go to the gym, bulk or lose weight, you're not gonna want to go out drinking, and you're not gonna want to go out smoking, right? So, and you're not gonna want to, Loki. I still do, but just like want to stay up late. But every single time I stay up late, I kind of like regret it the next day. I was like, oh, I wish I would have gone to bed earlier instead of like watching that extra movie or something like that. So I just think it's super applicable.
Yeah,
So
it does. Yeah, I agree. Well, I encourage you to have a conversation about routines, and just like we did, we just walk through a morning routine, an evening or before bed routine, and then a week routine. Sometimes it might be a month routine or a year routine. Obviously, there's holidays that happen around the year, but
Yeah.
you can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. Well, we're going to keep it simple, and it's November when we're recording this. We're going to test this out for a couple months and get into the routine of some of these things and have to make some changes. But I'd rather have fewer things and to succeed with fewer things than to have a lot of stuff and not to do it at all. So
Yeah.
let's succeed with some of the small routines in our lives, and we'll see how things handle emotionally for us.
And especially with I want to go back to looking forward to something.
Yeah.
Because I think that's super, super good. Because there's a lot of people I know that just say, oh, my life is boring. I have nothing to look forward to. No one reaches out to me to hang out. Nothing goes on in my life, right? Make something happen in your life, you know?
Mm.
So like, don't go on your phone in the morning and then look forward to go on your phone at like after you're done with school. Or look forward to going to play basketball, or like have a hobby. Like look forward to doing that after you're done. You know.
Do you think you could build in friend time as well and just say, okay, Friday night, I'm going to spend time with friends.
And nothing
If
else.
nobody's calling me, I'm going to call somebody else.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, don't be shy. Like reach out to people.
The truth is that most people don't reach out to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the truth. And so it takes somebody to reach out, then you be the one. You know, I told that to Joe. I said, hey, just reach out to somebody. People are at home just like you, wondering what's going on. So you be the one that takes the initiative. Everyone's happy when you do that.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that you mentioned about what to look forward to. And I'd encourage you not only to look forward to an activity, but also to look forward to the character and the kind of person that you're becoming. Because there really is something as an adult where do I have something to look forward to every day at work? I mean, I do in that I work with people that I enjoy.
Get that money.
Yeah, money is helpful, but there's plenty of people who get paid a lot of money that just hate their job and they're like, I don't want to do this. So I would encourage us as we're taking a look at certain routines is to realize it's not all about what you can build into your routine. Some of it's just being responsible to obey your alarm, to show up on time, and to do your best to have a good attitude and to contribute even if you don't feel like it. I mean, those things really do make you a better man,
Mm-hmm.
and not just go by your feelings and let life happen, but actually the fact that you're making life happen or you are determining life, I think definitely is helpful.
That's good.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing.
All right.
Peace.